everybody, welcome back to Oghupower. I'm Oghu and this is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and yeah, Brasidas is dead. A really likable character, and the least I can do now is try to kill Cleon, and he will die.
Alexios. Unfortunately for you, it is.
Yes.
It's not too late, you know. You can still join us.
No.
But not in Athens. You can't talk your way out of this. Why don't you just leave me alone? This is all your fault. You did this, Cleon. You have only yourself to blame.
Yes.
Alexios, come now. Show mercy. You turned her against us. My own sister. We lifted Deimos up. We made her great, unstoppable. You made her a monster.
Yes.
Then fight by her side. Teach her. You would have Deimos once again. Her name is Cassandra. I beg you. This world is severed, Alexios, and we'll unite it. Shut the fuck up!
No, you won't. You want to control
My hands are empty. Have pity. You don't deserve a quick death. But you learn what you meet at the gates of Hades. No. Now kneel. You don't understand. No one will forget me. Cleon of Athens. I will be remembered.
You're already
You're
forgotten.
already forgotten. That's it then. Irini will want to know Cleon is dead. And Brasidas. I should have gotten to Deimos sooner. I'm sorry, my friend.
Yes, we should have. Damage with the taking back Athens. Damage with the Ghost of Artemis ability. Well, since I'm not using his took the marine Veridol again. Oh wait, that's at the here. Can I fast travel to her? Not really. Well, is there? This might be the closest one. Oh man, okay. Didn't want. Well, I think this is faster. Okay. But that's good to know, Death Reaper. Thank you for telling me that. Death Reaper tried something. He tried to kill the most inner one, the ghost of Cosmos, before killing the last of the sages, and it didn't work. Could you tell me, please, what happened? Why did it not work? Weren't you able to attack him, or what happened? Or is he somewhere where you can't get to until you've killed everybody? But I think it's great that you tried it. To do stuff differently, just to see if it works or not, if it breaks the game or not. That's awesome. I mean, you wanna go into computer engineering. Going out of your way to search for bugs is part of the job, so that was good.
My lamb, you've been gone so long.
Brasidas is dead.
No.
Yes, he is.
Vimos killed him in battle.
And what of my daughter?
Are you alive? Well, I'd say so, right?
Cleon fired an arrow into Dimos's back. The wound didn't look fatal. She could still be alive.
Malakas, Cleon. I'll kill him with my bare hands.
He is dead.
Done, Mater. I already sent that snake to the sticks.
My
Okay.
family.
Oh, you
You're
killed
all
the
I
sage,
have
but not... Ah,
Mater, there's
so
something
you killed
I
the
need
inner
to do.
circle sage, but not all of the branches?
I need to go to Mount Taegetos. Where
Okay,
it all
now I
began.
understand.
My whole life's been spent fighting and running. Running from my past, fighting to forget. I can't do this anymore.
You can,
My
Alexios, for
heart was
2000
shattered
years.
on that mountain.
I need to put that night behind me, once and for all.
I'm coming with you.
This is where everything changed. It's like I never left.
And there's Demos, our sister Cassandra.
Cassandra!
On the edge of the world, a mother calls out to her child. Touching.
Touching me, touching you.
Cassandra! Please!
You use that name as if it means something to me.
It's the name you were given.
It's the name your father and I gave you.
Was that before or after you brought me to this mountain to die?
It was the cult! I tried to save you! I did everything! The priest told me you were dead!
And they told me you abandoned your daughter.
Cassandra! Come to me! We are your family.
We are.
We can go home.
Family. Home. My sword is my family. The battlefield is my home.
I promised to bring her back, Mater, but the cult has poisoned her mind.
Promised to bring me back to Mater, did you? You didn't bring me here. Why don't you tell our Mater the truth?
And what truth is that?
That I'm the chosen one! I'm the one with a destiny! I will bring order to this world! You're
No, you're not.
nothing but a mercenary with a broken spear.
The cult controls your destiny, but you don't need them. Together, we can destroy them and bring peace back to this world.
I don't know if that's the right one.
Peace? And what under Ilios would you do with yourself if there was peace? Milk the goats? Look at you, oh mighty Mistios. You profit from this war as much as I do. You don't want peace. You just don't want to deal with me.
What I want, What I've always wanted is my family.
When I was little, I found a lion cub trapped in a snare.
Okay.
My friend tried to free it. That's when I heard the deadly growl of its mother. I watched as the lioness tore my friend
Well,
to bloody shreds.
that's something that puts an picture in your head when you're a child.
In a world of beasts, a family protects its young!
I loved you! I still love you.
We tried it.
The one you love is dead, and my destiny is clear. I won't let you get in my way.
Cassandra, listen to me. You're my sister. I tried to protect you once, and I failed. I won't fail again.
So what's going now? I think we might have done it. Please?
This belonged to our grandfather.
You're home now. I have done terrible things. We all have, Cassandra.
We brought her back to the family.
I know.
So we were able to bring her back into the family. Mata as well, Marine. Now the question is, what about Nikolaus and
Alexios,
Stentor?
wait. Thank you.
We kept our promise. We brought her back to the family. And this is the second ending to Odyssey, the family one, or the family quest branch. I consider that one to call it the main ending, but it's the story ending, since after that there are no more real story quests, I think. Yeah, there are still quests to do, and we have to hunt down all the cultists, and then there's the paid DLC, but from my gut feeling, the main story has ended now. Sword of Damocles. Just wanna have a look at that. Plus 10% to adrenaline gained. Well, oh, but 15% warrior damage versus hunter damage. I might think about. I will think about using it. And also the demigods. More warrior damage. The Greek hero set is. Oh, resistance is 30%, that's not really. Braces of T-size? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Ah, demigod bracers, that's the one. 30% more damage with all abilities? Wait. 30% more damage with all abilities. No. Ah, you. Whew. Okay. Atalanta sandals. Damage with all abilities. I will think about that. I'm sorry about that, Death Reaper, but now you see what happens if you can't get, can save all of them. So at least you see two different endings here. I see only one. Which, okay, it's the best one since...
Sometimes the face we show to the world needs to be one of strength, despite the chaos we harbor beneath.
There's more to being the best than pure strength.
That's an excuse for the weak.
I'll show you who's weak.
Well, at least the family is all together.
We
I'll
brought
get
all
more
together.
wine.
Well, that wasn't so bad, was it?
I can't believe I have a family again.
The gods work in mysterious ways. You never know what they have planned.
Yes, really don't.
I don't think the gods can take credit for this one, Barnabas.
An urn is only as strong as its potter, Alexios.
Urns are pretty easy to break.
Just remember, no matter who surrounds you, I'll be there. And the others are waiting for us on the ship.
Right behind you.
Okay. So... Oh! There's... I can take my... But the new game mode is now available. Yep, the last chapter. This mode allows you to restart the game from the beginning while keeping most of your progression. Your sources are recoverable to play wherever your ship returns. The new game is available from safe for the main story. Interesting. So I wanna have a look here, so I can get my... They are a lot about firepower. You know what? I will put my family on the ship. Not because I think that that's something that would happen, but just because, well, I think it's funny. Wrong one. Do I have? No, not yet. Okay. So, now for cultists, we do have a new one here. That's good. Yeah, there are a lot of cultists and stuff to kill. Ah, up here. So let's fast travel here. Well, I did already start one of the quests for the first paid DLC. I think I will start doing that, more of that with the next episode. So just as a little reminder, I just went to a village that was attacked by the Persians and got the people out of there. And that was it. Nothing else has happened. why am I even talking about this? Well, normally I like to start anew with all the thingy. I like to start the DLCs with a new episode and not in between. Also, I remember now, do you know you can, Jeffrey, but do you know you can use the Ubisoft points to pre-order games cheaper?
It feels good to strike
Why
you
don't
down.
why don't you get wanted for killing people anymore? That's strange. Okay, since I don't want, well, on the other hand, okay, this is nothing I'm going to tell because I want to say, well, it's just an information for everyone out there, as well as everybody who is watching me. If you're going to the Ubisoft club and you have your club reward points, well, you can buy some stuff in the games. If you go to the Ubisoft store page and link the account with an address and some billing informations, you can use, I think, like 100 points to pre-order a game with 20% off, for example. So you could get the next Assassin's Creed for 20% cheaper. I think it's 20, maybe it's also 10. But, well, if you don't know what to do with your club points, I mean, they get... you can't keep them for longer than a year or two. Maybe consider doing that. You know what? I will get this one next. Can't fast travel because so just as a little information for the guys out there. And as I said, this is just a public service announcement, more or less. This is not any... I'm not affiliated with Ubisoft, I don't earn anything from saying this. It's just something that I found out as a private person, and I want to tell other private persons about it, because 20% is 20%. And also I do know that especially in the USA, it is quite common to see like, hey, get the discount if you pre-order this game. You don't get that in Europe very often. On the contrary, it's quite... It's something you really have to look out for, and even then it's more like 5%, if even. So, especially when you're from Europe and you do want to pre-order a game and save some money, that's a way to do it. And I know it keeps you in the Ubisoft ecosystem, and if you pre-order on PC, you have to use the Ubisoft loading thingy, if I remember correctly, yada yada. I know all that. Don't wanna say, I'm not saying this is the best way and you have to get it. I'm not earning any money for saying this. It's just that some people are on a budget when it comes to gaming, because, I mean, it's just a hobby still, a luxury one at that. We have to pay a lot of money to get into it and to do all this stuff, so maybe you want to save a buck or two at times. Or maybe you're a young person who is not owning much money, is getting money from its parents. And you still want to play a new game and can't wait to buy it for cheap when it's a little when it's on sale after a few months. Well, that's a way to get around that problem. So Deathreaper, why don't you get bounty hunted for killing people anymore? That's strange. That's really strange. Ooh, I'm tier 2. Great. So soon I should be able to get to tier 1. And are there any new... No, there are not. Okay. So... you know what, let's... Whatever this is, let's fast travel here and see. You spoke too soon? Ah. Did you get attacked? Okay, now you have 3 mercenaries on you. Well, that's a problem, my friend. So I could either go for cultists exclusively or... Ah, no. I think I will not go for cultists exclusively. I will go for the DLC starting the next episode. But first, since here we are on the Hephaestus Island, there was something about the northwest at the Hephaestus Island. Okay, Horsey, then not.
He's faking it, Mikos. I've seen this routine before. Gods, grant me Penelope's patience.
Okay.
It's not just Nileas. There have been others. All promising young athletes turning up sick or missing. Something's not right in Thassos.
What goes on across Thassos is not my concern. But I know my nephew. Oh, yes. He practically worships at the altar of Ergia. A devotee of sloth and idleness he is.
Help me talk sense into him, Misthios.
Maybe you should be a bit easier on your nephew this time. He really does seem sick.
I mean, I don't know, but...
Ah, you're right. I guess I didn't want it to be true. He's not a boy anymore. I can see that.
He may be grown, but he still needs help.
Yep.
There's only one way I know how.
That is?
Let me know if there is any change in his condition. I'll be at the ship making offerings to Asclepius.
Give Varnava some time.
But our time may run out. I have more leads to follow up on. But with Nileas like this, I can't leave his side. Maybe you could help me.
What do you need?
Varnavas is like family to me. I want to do anything I can to help Nileas.
Thank you. You know, it's not often a handsome and capable Misthios comes to this house.
They may have brought Nileas sickness, but the fates have brought us together.
I'd hate to get sick someday and think of all the fun I didn't have.
But first, there are those leads you mentioned.
Well, someone at the Champions Gymnasium must know something. Aitis was the last one to be with Nileas when he was well.
They were friends.
They were. If he doesn't know anything, you could talk to the doctor at the quarry.
If he's the local doctor, he's bound to know something. What more can you tell me about this gymnasium? You say other athletes have disappeared?
Many, yes. A lot of the athletes came here to train from elsewhere across the Greek world. So when they disappear, people think they may be just at home.
Because,
A convenient story if something bad were happening to them.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'd like to have a word with that doctor at the quarry.
The Aliki quarry is at the southern point of Thassos. The doctor there is mixed up with the training athletes and the workers.
Okay.
Sounds like a strange connection.
Yes,
Well,
until you realize half of the workers are athletes who have given up on their training.
Okay.
Something's happened to them, and that doctor is the only connection I see.
okay.
The last person to see Nileas before he got sick was Aiti. Where can I find him?
He's an aspiring athlete too, but nowhere near as talented as Nileas. He trains alone on the outskirts of the Vineyard of Glory. You're sure to find him there.
Well,
I'll follow up on these leads and check back when I know what's going on.
Thank you, Misthios.
so if you're watching this on YouTube,
Check back.
you might have already thought that it's already time to end this, and yeah, it is. So if you're watching on Twitch, please stay a little longer. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching, and see you again soon. Bye bye.